Here we go. 180.
Check. Walk 54. Walk 54.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. Deebo Samuel was the intended receiver, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. 18 yards, first down Niners.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target, and he's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Garoppolo now, first down throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Xavier Rhodes with a pick. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Go.
Throwing to start the drive. Herbert, and this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. He leaps over him and brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
Pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7.
Topper! Hey, Delta!
Here's a 2nd and 7. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 36.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's often a tight curl, a sharply run route. Against zone, you're just looking for that open spot, that dead area, so you make curl a little bit wider just to get to that place.
And usually a tight window. He fired a bullet in there for the completion. Now left side, a completion to his tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. 2nd and 5 after the 5-yard completion on 1st down. Back to the ground, Cook, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stopped that one behind the line of scrimmage.
It's brought in by Dodson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 13-yard line. Pretty solid start for the rookie here on this first drive, Charles.
Able to have some confidence, stepping back into the pocket, move around a little bit, find open receivers, and deliver. That just means his confidence is going to continue to grow because he's getting more and more comfortable with each completed pass.
Back to throw. Herbert. It's complete to Diggs. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Stephon Diggs with touchdown number 8 on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. McManus's point after is good, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. He'll have a first down past the 40. There he goes left side. Touchdown, 49ers. Matt Breida with touchdown number 7 on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And with his speed, if he just finds the slightest crease, he can take it the distance like he did there.
How about the leverage up front? Offensive line out-leveraging the defensive front to create that space, that crease that he was looking for. And once he hits open field, he's going to be very difficult to catch and corral.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. Looking to throw. Herbert. He's got his man. This is Dodson. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 37.
So how do you beat man coverage? First of all, you want to be a superior receiver, but you know something, that guy who's covering you, he's usually pretty good too. So the corner route is usually a great spot to get it done.
First down, here's the run with Cook. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
Hey, Wood! Get it!
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert, that's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the first quarter of play. These two teams all tied after one.
Let's go now. 10 Lobo.
I got you, Pop. Man left, man left. 3 down, 3 down. Hey, check.
61. Matchbox light.
Kill.
Bravo. Shoot.
Throwing on first down. Herbert. It's hauled in by Dodson. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Back to throw. Herbert. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Adam Thielen with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Vikings have taken the lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Garoppolo on first down. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
Forced out to his left. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
But following the sack, they'll try to change their fortune here on 2nd and 13. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Here we go. Ready?
Let's go. Mike, 54.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. Looking left sideline, incomplete. The intended receiver, Marquise Goodwin, and it's 3rd down.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
Hey, high 7. Hey, gun.
55, Mike, 55. Too low.
I got this.
Mike, 55. Check, 55, Mike.
Hey, gun.
Check, 55 to Mike. Check, 55 to Mike. Watch the pass.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Everson Griffin in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down. So on 4th down, here's the Australia native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. And it's fielded at the 34. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. Stephon Diggs, his intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10.
He can't hang.
Throwing again. Herbert. And his throw is incomplete.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Come on, let's go.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. Back to the left, it's complete to Dodson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A gain of 22.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. The slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be 2nd down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on 1st down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on 1st down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up 2nd down.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Herbert. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. A little too aggressive defensively, and the flag comes out.
And no one trying to cover is going to like a call going against them, but you have to like the effort there. Went for the interception, just unable to get it, and the flag did come out.
Cook following the penalty. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Hey, echo.
Check Mike 54. Mike 54.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the 2nd quarter. 14-7.
Hey, let's get there.
And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Get your backs to the goal line. I can hear my high school coach right now. This is when force meets force. Got to be physical in order to win this battle.
Yeah, that's where the physicality pays off. A nice job forcing the contact and forcing the incompletion.
Yeah, Coach Ford would have loved that play.
Now Cook, he's got it off the draw. Oh, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 3, he got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard. Now McManus will line up for the field goal. This will be just a 21-yard attempt. And McManus able to put it through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And this return net's positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And a first half that really has not been kind to them. A late opportunity here to maybe make some inroads on this deficit before half.
And this drive's going to go a long way towards telling us whether they actually have a chance to come all the way back in this game or not.
The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
What a catch, and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them.
They got a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
Here we go.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10.
I got you, boy. I got
65.
Mike 5-4. Mike 5-4. Here we go.
Garoppolo now. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they did incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. But if you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
Mike 54.
11.
Hey. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54.
Hey, exit.
Garoppolo looks to throw once more. Deep ball for Goodwin. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, 49ers. Marquise Goodwin, his 6th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Well, I love watching Goodwin play. Of course, everybody knows the story of him being an Olympian. He's a long jumper, right?
Yes.
But you know that he has that athleticism, that big play ability.
He certainly does. And not only was he an Olympian as a long jumper, married to a sprinter. How about that for speed in one family? And I love his end zone celebrations now. When he does go deep and beat someone for a touchdown, now he does the long jump as his celebration. Pretty cool deal.
So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First down 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready?
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. You're under a minute to go here in the half. Field position not really in your favor, but still time to try and move the ball and get in field goal range.
Yeah, you got the lead. It's definitely a thought. Let's go ahead and try and increase it. But at the same time, I don't like the odds. I don't like where they are on the field. Got the lead. They've done well in the first half. Don't mess it up and go into halftime looking at each other wondering what if.
2nd and 12 after the first down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Intended for Stephon Diggs. Incomplete. He was covered by Richard Sherman.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. And he'll be stopped here well short of the first down at the 24-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. They'll run on first down. Cook. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Back to throw. Herbert. And this one complete to Smith. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Vikings. Irv Smith Jr., his first touchdown on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Extra point from McManus is good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead.
49ers 14.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. On second down, a run with Breida. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on third down.
Hey, dude.
From the gun, it's Garoppolo. Got his target, Samuel. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. The Niners have the first down on a gain of 11.
All right, let's just go ahead and walk through this one pretty easily, right? Blast off the line of scrimmage, get downfield to a certain point, usually around 8 to 10 yards, turn around and make sure the quarterback sees your numbers and set yourself up for the pass.
A well-executed curl route by Charles Davis. Play action, Garoppolo. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. He'll get 17 on that one, and the Niners have a first down. Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete. He was trying to get it to George Kittle, his tight end, and now it's second down.
Here we go, here we go.
54, Mike, 54.
21, 21.
You ready?
Hey, whoa,
54.
On second down, it's Coleman, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
What a luxury to have a guy like this who can not only spell your starter, but can come in and keep drives going.
Don't be mad. Don't be mad. There's more coming. There's more where it came from.
Here we go.
The line to gain is the 33 on third down.
54.
Lock.
Let's go. You tighten up.
Working from the gun, Garoppolo. And able to haul it in is Kittle. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 22-yard line.
One of the advantages of zone defense, as I remember it, is being able to see the play develop in front of you. One of the disadvantages, when they find those levels where they can hit you with it, sometimes behind the corner and in front of the safety, it makes it tough to defend.
It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
Throwing on first is Garoppolo. Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers.
Here we go.
Garoppolo, 6 for 6 since coming back out of the locker room. It's first and 10.
One, Omaha.
55, Mike, 55.
Garoppolo after the fake give to Breida. On the move to his left. He's going to take off with it. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Keep in mind they can still get a first down here as they come up on second and inches.
55. Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4. Mike
13.
Now Garoppolo. That is caught by the tight end Kittle. Touchdown, 49ers. George Kittle, his third touchdound now on the year, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point by Fairbairn, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So after the touchdown, here's Fairbairn now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
So after the incompletion, second and 10 from the 22. To throw again. Herbert. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Give him 22 yards, and that's also where they snapped it from, the 22.
First down. First and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go now. 8, read.
All day, baby, all day.
Get it ready.
A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Dalvin Cook, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. They've done a good job of holding him down in the first half, but he explodes for a big one right there.
Yeah, I've got an image in my head of him being surrounded by a bunch of people, really, with ropes and other things trying to keep him locked in. But eventually they got tired too. And just as you noted, he broke out.
And it's a guy that usually you can only keep down for so long. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10.
Let's go, tackle. Let's go. We got this. We got this.
On play action, now Garoppolo. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Incomplete. Xavier Rhodes on the coverage.
Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
I'm coming.
12, fellas, here we go. Hey, Alpha.
Mike 54. Don't let him breathe. Don't let him breathe. Play outside deep. Don't let him breathe, defense. 54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. This is caught inside the 15. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Fairbairn now to add the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Fairbairn now to kick this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
On the ready.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. We have seen a lot of points here in this quarter. For us up here in the booth, it's been fun to watch. The defensive coordinators probably scratching their heads.
Yeah, they're going a little bit crazy right now, but let's face it, all of our friends who play fantasy, they're enjoying the heck out of this show because most of them are creating and getting a bunch of points.
Yeah, points certainly not at a premium here. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Dalvin Cook with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. McManus now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line.
Let's go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. To throw is Garoppolo. Looking to complete it to Pettis, and he's got him. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 43. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Here we go.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 43. Looking to throw, Garoppolo. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Two. Right there. 54. Right there.
Hey, Delta.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense. All right, here we go. Mike 54. Mike 54.
And yet again, it's Garoppolo. Oh, nearly picked. And maybe lucky there. This guy doesn't drop many defensively. 3rd down.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
Deep ball for Goodwin. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 5. And he's going to return it to the 21-yard line.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
Got it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Now, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 29-yard line.
8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. They run it again with Cook. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Looking to throw. Herbert. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14.
Recon, 132 fighter.
Now a run with Cook. And, he's going to be brought down by the face mask. Here come the flags. This is going to get him a first down. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Another tote for the workhorse this afternoon. It's Cook. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. Now San Francisco going to call their 2nd timeout. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter.
Ready? 70, Indy.
Let's go, let's go.
Hit it.
They'll keep it on the ground. It's Cook. It's a gain of maybe 3, but it's going to leave them with still about 8 or 9 to go on 3rd down.
And this is an absolutely big 3rd down that's been set up here, partner, and there's no other way to put it. The defense has to get a stop here if they have any hopes of winning this game.
Has to. You said big 3rd down. I'd put the word big in capital letters here. The Vikings on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. Back to throw. Herbert. And he's able to find Diggs. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers' 41-yard line. Big hook up there. Forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're in a dire situation now.
Ready?
On 1st down, it's Cook. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the 4th as it was way back in the 1st, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And you'd have to figure they're just looking to burn these final 2 minutes away and get out of here with a victory. They run again on 1st down. Cook. Yeah, give him 4 yards there. It'll be 2nd and 6.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. If nothing else, they've already taken a couple minutes off the clock here already as they come up 2nd down. On the carry, it's Cook. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
Out of the huddle now for play number 9 on this drive. This is 3rd down and 8.
Mike 54. Mike 54.
Looking to throw. Herbert. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. 12 yards there. 1st down, Vikings. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch. Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road. But there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there? Home team.